ஆழ்வார் திருடிகளே சரணம், எம்பெருமானார் திருடிகளே சரணம், நடாதுர் அம்மாள் திருடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம், ஸ்ரீசைலேஷ தயாபாத்திரம் தீபக்தியாதி குணார்ணவம் யதீந்திர பிரவணம் வந்தே ரம்ய ஜாமாதரம் முனிம் ரம்ய ஜாமாத்திரி யோகீந்திர பாத ரேகாமயம் சதா ததாயத்தாத்ம சத்தாதிம் ராமானுஜ முனிம் பஜே லக்ஷ்மீநாத சமாரம்பாம் நாத யாமுன மத்தியமாம் அஸ்மத் ஆச்சாரிய பரியந்தாம் வந்தே குரு பரம்பராம் யோ நித்யமச்சுத பதாம்புஜ யுக்மருக்மம் व्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दैकिसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये मातापिता युवतयस्तनया भूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य न कुलपतेरुकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्घ्रियुगळं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना भूतं शरश्च महताह्वय भट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसारकुलशेखर योगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्घ्रिरेण परकाले यतीन्द्रमिश्रान् जिमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम् वंदेहम वरधार्यं तं वत्सापि जनभूषणं भाष्यामृतप्रधानाद्य संजीवयति मामपि. Nadadur Ammal is one of the most important acharyas in our Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam. He was born in Kanchipuram and was coming in the lineage of Nadadur Alvan. Nadadur Ammal was originally named Varada. He was serving Lord Varadaraja Deva Perumal in Kanchipuram. That was his abode, and he was serving Deva Perumal, Varadaraja Bhagavan there. His Kainkaryam was to boil milk and present that to Bhagavan on a daily basis. And he would do it with so much love and care that Bhagavan called him ammAL, mother. Even though mother is a term related to feminine gender, this was attributed to Nadadur Ammal because he had that motherly affection towards Varadaraja Bhagavan, and Bhagavan himself called him Nadadur Ammal. He was a disciple of Engal Alvan, Vishnu Chitta Acharya. The way he became a disciple is very interesting. He wanted to learn Sri Bhashyam from his grandfather, but his grandfather told, there is Engal Alvan, Vishnu Chitta Acharya in Tiruvellarai Dividesham. You go to him and you learn from him. He will teach Sri Bhashyam in the best manner. Sri Bhashyam is the explanation given by Bhagavad Ramanuja for Brahma Sutram. So, Varada, that is Nadadur Ammal, when he was very young, he had this desire. So, he went to Tiruvellarai and he knocked on the door, entrance gate of Engal Alvan's Tirumaligai, Acharya's abode. Engal Alvan asked from inside, who has come? From the outside, Varada, as he was known at that time, he told, I, that is Varadan, have come. I want to learn Sri Bhashyam. Hearing that from inside, Engal Alvan tells, come and see me after I dies. Varada did not understand properly, so he went back and inquired from his grandfather, what does Acharya mean by saying, when I dies, come here? For that, Nadadur Alvan, Nadadur Ammal's grandfather, he explains, when you say I, that means you have a lot of ahankaram, pride. You have to give up pride to learn Shastram. You learn from an Acharya, we have to completely give up our pride and be totally obedient towards the Acharya. Have humility. Hearing that, now Varada realizes what his mistake was. This time he goes to Tiruvallarai again knocks on the door of Engalalvan's Tirumaligai entrance gate. From the inside, Engalalvan asks, who has come? For that, this time, Varada says, Adiyen Varadan has come. This Adiyen is a very important term, which is synonym for Dasa. In Sanskritam, it is Dasa. In Tamil, it is Adiyen. That means servitor. We have that servitude, humility, when we say Adiyen. So when Varada told Adiyen has come, Engalalvan happily welcomes him and he teaches Sri Bhashyam to nadAdhUr ammAL. Subsequently, nadAdhUr ammAl becomes very famous, becomes a great Acharya. Vatsya Varadacharya was his title subsequently, and he was famously known as nadAdhUr ammAl. There's a lot of incidents. We've already seen the history and glories of nadAdhUr ammAl in another video. Just I will give one sample of nadAdhUr ammAl's total dedication towards Bhagavad Ramanuja. When he was teaching Sri Bhashyam to many Acharyas, many Sri Vaishnavas, at that time some of them asked, Bhakti Yogam is very difficult to perform and it's also having so many qualifications. On the other hand, Sharanagati is quite easy to do, but to get that faith that Bhagavan is the Upayam and Bhagavan is the Upayam, he will protect us at all time. That firm faith, it is very difficult to get that faith. So what can we do? For that, nadAdhUr ammAl says, we have to think that Bhagavad Ramanuja's lotus feet are the only refuge for us. When we are in that mindset, everything will be possible for us. Bhagavan will accept us. So he was constantly teaching the total surrender towards Bhagavad Ramanuja, which was shown by his Acharya Engalalvan. Now this nadAdhUr ammAl has given us some beautiful sTothra granthams. Today we are going to see parathvAdhi panchakam. There are few sTothra granthams, parathvAdhi panchakam, paramartha shlokadvayam, and then Gajendra Moksha shlokadvayam. These three are of great significance for a Sri Vaishnava because in our daily anushtanams, nityanushtanams, early in the morning when we wake up, it is said that we have to first think about Guru Parampara. Remember the Guru Parampara mantram and meditate upon it first. Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Parama Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Sarva Gurubhyo Namaha, up to Srimad Sridharaya Namaha. We have to recite that on a daily basis. We've got a recording for that also, how to recite the Guru Parampara mantram, so everyone can refer to that. We also explained the meaning for the Guru Parampara mantram, which will be very useful to understand. So first we have to meditate upon the Guru Parampara mantram. After that, we have to recite Hari, the name of Bhagavan, Hari, 3 times. Sometimes it is said to be 7 times, but at least 3 times we have to recite the name Hari, which is a very important name of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. And we have to meditate upon Bhagavan's divine aspects. To facilitate such meditation, nadAdhUr ammAl has given these 3 sTothra granthams, parathvAdhi panchakam, paramartha shlokadvayam and Gajendra Moksha shlokadvayam. These bring out Bhagavan's greatness. We are going to see one grantham at a time. Today we are going to see parathvAdhi panchakam briefly, and then we will move on to other 2 in subsequent sessions because these are very important and every day we have to recite these SlOkams. That is why we have to understand the meanings of the SlOkams so the meditation will be proper. In this parathvAdhi panchakam, what is the subject matter? Let us first see that Bhagavan is Supreme Lord and he has main identity, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam means eternal. Satyam means Nityam here. Jnanam means conscious. Bhagavan is a conscious person, individual, Supreme Lord. And then Anantam, he is endless, he is boundless. So these are most important aspects of Bhagavan, Satyam Jnanam Anantam. And then he is the abode of all auspicious qualities, and he is the opposite of all faults, all bad things. And then he also has Nitya Vibhuti and Leela Vibhuti. So Bhagavan is said to have two lingams. That is, lingam means identity, two identities. One is being the abode of all auspicious qualities, and second is being the opposite of all bad aspects. And then he has two vibhuti. Lingam and vibhuti are commonly used in the world for different purposes. But in our Sampradayam, in Vaidika Dharmam, lingam means identity. Bhagavan's identity is being the abode of all auspicious qualities and opposite of all inauspicious aspects. These are the primary identities for Bhagavan. And then he has two vibhuti. Vibhuti means wealth. Bhagavan has Nitya Vibhuti and Leela Vibhuti. Nitya Vibhuti means Paramapadam. Leela Vibhuti means Samsara. These are two huge worlds which have multiple areas, regions, countless planets, many different regions which are present in both these vibhutis, Nitya Vibhuti and Leela Vibhuti. So this is Bhagavan. Now Bhagavat Swarupam, Bhagavan's true form, that is the Atma, Paramatma, that is the one which is holding everything. That is, Bhagavan is the true nature, but Paramatma, he is holding, he is sustaining everything. Everything includes his own divine forms. His divine forms are different from his true nature. Bhagavan also has the Atma aspect, Paramatma, and then he has many divine forms. Just like we are all Atmas, but we have this body. I have this body. I am the Atma and I have this body. Similarly, Bhagavan is Paramatma and he has many divine forms. And also, he has the entire creation, entire existence, everything, also his Shariram. That is what is known as Sharira, Shariri, Bhavam. Bhagavan is the Antaratma of everything and everything is his body. So these are very important concepts to understand. In these divine forms means aprakrita, not made of matter, panchabhutams, which are part of this Leela Vibhuti. So earth, water, air, fire and ether. Everything we see in this world is made of these five great elements. But Bhagavan's divine forms are not made of these elements. They are made of aprakrita elements. Parameshti, Puman, and so on, which are present in Paramapadam. So Bhagavan has different forms. Some forms are made of divine matter. Some forms are made of this worldly matter. And there are some forms which are made of worldly matter, but Bhagavan considers that to be divine matter. So these three types of forms are there for Bhagavan. Let us first understand the examples for these three types of forms of Bhagavan. Bhagavan's form in Paramapadam, Nitya Vibhuti, Vaikuntham, all his forms there, they are all made of aprakrita, divine matter. Bhagavan's Vyuha form and Vibhava form, that is Vyuha form, Vibhava form, we are going to see in subsequent portion of this session. Vyuha forms and Vibhava forms. Vyuha is Bhagavan's form in Kshirabdi, milk ocean, and Vibhava forms They are all the various incarnations of Bhagavan. These various incarnations of Bhagavan, Rama, Krishna, Matsya, Kurma, they are all divine aprakrita forms. And then there is Archavatara forms. Bhagavan in Divyamangala Vigraham, in temples, mutts, homes, everywhere. Those are all said to be prakrita, worldly matter, forms, divine forms made of worldly matter, but Bhagavan considers them to be divine. This is one view. And some scholars consider that these archa forms, vigraha forms, they also become divine as soon as Bhagavan enters into them. Different viewpoints are there, but in general, archa forms are said to be made of worldly matter, but Bhagavan considers once they are consecrated and once they are accepted by Bhagavan, they become divine in his view, and we also consider the same way. We treat them the same as his form in Paramapadam or avatarams or Vibhava avataram, that is incarnations, as well as in his Vyuha form. So these are his different forms. So we can broadly categorize these into 5 different forms. They are known as parathvAdhi panchakam. That is what we are going to see in this sTothra grantham. This parathvAdhi panchakam means 5 forms of Bhagavan, that is Paratvam, Vyuham, Vibhavam, Antaryami and Archa. So these are the 5 different forms of Bhagavan. We are going to see each one of those forms in detail based on the SlOkams. In this parathvAdhi panchakam Stotra Grantham, there are 5 SlOkams, one for each state or form of Bhagavan. So we are going to see that now. The form in Paramapadam is most auspicious, most benevolent, served by Nityasuris and Muktatmas, and he is present along with Sri Devi, Bhumi Devi, Neela Devi, and countless divine consorts. So this is his form in Paramapadam. And then there is Vyuha form. Bhagavan is present as Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. These 4 forms are primary Vyuha forms. First form is Vasudeva. From Vasudeva, 3 more forms come out. That is Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. And then from there, KeshaVadhi, 12 forms. Keshava, Narayana, Madhava, Govinda. They also come out of these divine forms. So these are all Vyuha forms, and ultimately they are represented in Ksheerabdi, milk ocean, where Bhagavan is reclining on the Adishesha on the milk ocean. This Vyuha form is represented by Bhagavan in Ksheerabdi. And then there is Vibhava forms, Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana, and so on. There are 2 categories in this, mainly. Mukhyavataras, Gaunavataras. Mukhyavataras are Bhagavan coming as it is, as he is in Paramapadam. If he incarnates fully, then that is known as Mukhyavataram. They are Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Rama, Krishna. They are all Mukhyavataras. There are Gaunavataras, where Bhagavan places his Swarupam or his Shakti. Shakti Avesha Avataram, Swarupa Avesha Avataram. These 2 Avesha Avatarams are there. These are known as Gaunavataras. Parashuram Avataram, Balaram Avataram, Vyasa Avataram. There are many incarnations like this. Kartavirya Arjuna. Many incarnations like that. They are all Bhagavan coming and placing his Swarupam or Shakti, that is ability to perform a particular task on a particular Jivatma and getting that job done through that Jivatma. and then once the job is done, he will leave. For mumukshus, for prapannas, those who are surrendered to Bhagavan, those who are seeking moksham only, for such persons, only Mukhya avatars are to be worshipped. We should not worship Gauna avatars in general. So these are Vibhava avatarams. And then Antaryami. Bhagavan is present as all-pervading Antaratma everywhere. That is one state of Antaryami. And then Bhagavan is present with a divine form, with his divine consort in the hearts of yogis, those who are very devoted towards Bhagavan, completely meditating upon Bhagavan. For such yogis, Bhagavan is present in their hearts with a form. So these are two Antaryami forms. Generally, Antaryami means all pervading. So Bhagavan is present everywhere in his true presence. He is completely present in every single place we can imagine, even the smallest, tiniest places. And finally, Archavataram, where Bhagavan is present in the forms which are desired by the different people. Devas, Rishis, Sages, Manushyas, and Bhagavan himself may desire to assume a particular form in Archavataram. So he is present in temples, mutts, our own homes, as Shalagrama Shila, as divine Vigraha, as divine artwork, even drawings. Even Bhagavan can be present in drawings of Bhagavan's image, even photos. So Bhagavan is present in many of these different forms in Archa form. These are the 5 forms of Bhagavan, and each of these forms are explained in one SlOkam in this parathvAdhi panchakam. So let us see the SlOkams here and go through the beautiful concept which is explained in this parathvAdhi panchakam. First we will see the Taniyan, Vandeham Vardadiyam Tam Vatsabi Janabhushanam Bhashyamrita Pradhanadya Sanjeevayati Mamapi. This is the Taniyan for nadAdhUr ammAL. In this Taniyan, nadAdhUr ammAL is greatly glorified. I offer my obeisance to Vardacharya, nadAdhUr ammAl, who is the shining jewel of Srivatsa clan, Srivatsa Gotram, and who awakened my true spirit by teaching the nectar of Sri Bhashyam to me. This is the Taniyan for nadAdhUr ammAl. Now let us see each SlOkam with brief meanings for each of the SlOkams. First SlOkam, Udyadbhanu Sahasrabhaswara Paravyomaspadam Nirmala Jnanananda Ganaswarupam Amala Jnanadibhi Shadgunaihi Jushtam Suryajanadipam Dhritarangabjam Subhushojvalam Shri Bhusevyam Anantabhogya Nilayam Shri Vasudevam Bhaje. In the first SlOkam, Bhagavan is glorified as Paravasudeva. Bhagavan is known as Paravasudeva in Paramapadam. So, how he remains there, that is explained in this SlOkam. Let us see the brief meanings for this SlOkam. I worship Sriman Narayana, who is residing in Paramapadam. This Paramapadam is also known as Paramavyomam, Sri Vaikuntham. This is brighter than thousands of suns glowing at the same time. Imagine, we cannot even look at one sun for more than a few seconds. If 1,000 suns are glowing at the same time, how bright it will be. That is how Paramapadam is shining. Bhagavan is full of divine qualities. Jnanam, Anandam, Jnanabala, Aishwarya, Virya, Shakti, Tejas. These are primary 6 qualities of Bhagavan. Then Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. And then many different bodily qualities such as Mardhavam, Arjavam, then Saughantyam, and then different qualities such as sweet scent, sweet, tender nature. All of these qualities are there in Bhagavan. So all of these qualities are present in Bhagavan. He is enjoying unlimited bliss with his divine consorts, Sri Devi, Bhumi Devi, Neela Devi, and so on. And then he is served by Nityasuris and Muktatmas. This is the meaning for the first shlokam, which talks about Bhagavan as Paramapadanathan, Sri Vaikuntanathan. Next, second shlokam, Amode Bhone Pramoda Uta Sammode cha Sankarshanam Pradyumnancha Tata Niruddhamapi Tan Srishtim Sthitim Chapyayam Kuruvanan Matimukya Shadgunavaraihi Yuktan Triyugmatmakaihi Vyuhadishtita Vasudevamapi Tam Kshirabdinatham Bhaje. So in this second shlokam, Vyuha Vasudeva, he is glorified. I worship Kshirabdinathan. He represents the Vyuhamurtis. There are many Vyuhamurtis, as we have seen. Vasudeva is the primary Vyuhamurti, and then there is Vyuha Vasudeva, who is the primary Vyuhamurti, and then there is Sankarshana, Aniruddha, Pradyumna. They are all present in different places. They are known as Amoda Stambham, Pramoda Stambham, Sammoda Stambham. So they are all present in these regions. And Vyuhavasudevan is also complete in 6 qualities: Jnanam, Balam, Aishwaryam, Viryam, Shakti, Tejas. And of these 6 qualities, which are present in Vyuhavasudeva, in Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, each form has 2 qualities predominantly present in them. In each form, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Sankarshana, two qualities are predominantly present. So these are all highlighted in this shlokam, explaining the greatness of Vyuha Murtis. Then third shlokam, where we see different avatars of Bhagavan: Vedanveshana, Mantaradhri Bharana, Kshmodharana, Swashrida Prahladavana, Bhumi Bhikshana, Jagad Vikrantayo Yakriyaha, Dushta Kshatra Nibarhanam, Dashamugad Unmulanam, Karshanam Kalindya, Atipapa Kamsa Nidhanam, Yat Kreditam Tam Numaha. This is the third shlokam, where Bhagavan's different incarnations are shown here, and nadAdhUr Rammal is saying, I worship such Bhagavan. What are the different avatarams? Vedanveshana, that is finding the lost Vedam. Brahma loses the Vedam, and Bhagavan as Matsyamurti finds the Vedam and gives that to Brahma again. And then churning the milk ocean as Kurma Avataram. Rescuing Bhumi as Varaha Bhagavan. Bhumi got plunged into the causal ocean, and Varaha Bhagavan brings out Bhumi and protects Bhumi. And then as Narasimha Bhagavan, he helped his devotee Prahlada Alvan. He went and begged for alms, 3 feet of land, 3 steps of land, as Vamana from Mahabali, and he conquered the entire universe by measuring the world with his divine feet. And then as Parashurama, he destroyed the evil kings, and then he destroyed Ravana and the Rakshasas as Sri Rama. He controlled the flow of river Yamuna as Balarama, and then he destroyed people like Kamsa and many other Duryodhana and many others as Krishna in Krishna Avataram. So these are all Bhagavan's Vibhava Avatarams, which are shown in the third shlokam. And then fourth shlokam, Yo Devadi Chaturvideshu Janishu Brahmanda Koshantare Sambhakteshu Charachareshu Cha Vishannaste Sadantar Bahihi Vishnum Tam Nikileshvanushvanutaram Bhuyasu Bhuyastaram Swangushta Pramitancha Yogi Hrideshvasina Misham Bhaje. So this is fourth shloka, where Bhagavan's Antaryamitvam is explained here. I worship Bhagavan Vishnu, who is situated in the yogis' in the size of their thumb. So Bhagavan is present with a beautiful form in the hearts of yogis, great sages, great devotees of Bhagavan. Specifically, he gives darshan in their divine heart itself. Like we see in Hanuman's heart, Bhagavan Sri Rama and Sita Pirati appears. In the heart of Tirumalizai Alvar, Bhagavan manifested himself with his divine consorts. So, in this manner, great sages could see Bhagavan in their divine heart. And then there is also Bhagavan's invisible form as Antaryami in every entity which we can see in this world. Any entity which is present in this world, whether they are Atma or Achetanam, sentient or insentient, everywhere, in every universe, countless universes, even in this samsara, there are countless universes. Each universe has 14 layers, starting from Brahmalokam up to down to Patala Lokam. So everywhere, in every single spot, Bhagavan is present as Antaryami. So these are two different forms of Antaryami Bhagavan. And then finally, fifth shlokam that hails Bhagavan's Archavataram. Sri Rangasthala Venkadadri Karigiri Yadav Satastottaram Sthane Baumaniketaneshvapi Sada Sannidhyam Asedusham Archarupinam Archakabhimatitah Svikurvate Vigraham Pujanchakila Vanchitan Vitarate Shrishaya Tasmai Namaha. I worship that Shrivan Narayana, who is present as Archavatara Bhagavan, who is present in 108 Divideshams. Divideshams are the divine abodes of Bhagavan, which were sung by Alvars, which were performed Mangala Shasanam by Alvars. And then not only Divideshams, Bhagavan is present in many, many Abhimana Sthalams, Purana Kshetrams, very ancient Kshetrams like Jagannatha Puri, many Kshetrams like that. And then many temples in villages and cities and towns. And then in mutts, in the Tirumaligas of great devotees, in the homes of all of us. So Bhagavan is present in various forms permanently to help all of these devotees, all of the people of this world. He accepts these forms which are pleasing to his devotees. When a person, when a Bhagavata devotee likes to see Bhagavan in a wooden statue form, Bhagavan assumes that form. When a Bhagavata desires to see Bhagavan in a stone statue, Bhagavan accepts that form. When Bhagavan when a Bhagavata desires to see Bhagavan in four-handed form, Bhagavan appears as four-handed form. When a Bhagavata desires to see Bhagavan in two-handed form, Bhagavan appears as two-handed form. In this manner, when Bhagavata desires to see Bhagavan in seated posture, Bhagavan appears in seated posture. So in this form, in this manner, Bhagavan appears in various forms for the pleasure of his devotees. And he is present in Archavataram, manifesting his ultimate simplicity, easy approachability. So this is his ultimate form of Bhagavan. So all of these five shlokams speak about Bhagavan's five different states, by five different forms, which are seen by us. Finally, there is Palashtuti. Pratar Vishnoho ParathvAdhi Panchakastuti Muttama Patan Prapnoti Bhagavad Bhaktim Varda Nirmitam. In this shlokam, it is said that every day, early in the morning, those who study this Parathvādi Panchaka Stuti, which is the best, which brings out Bhagavan's greatness. Just by reciting these five slokams, we can think about, meditate about Bhagavan's various forms, leelas, various auspicious qualities. So these five slokams are considered to be the best five slokams for one to meditate upon early in the morning. Patan Prapnoti. By reciting this, one attains Bhagavad Bhakti. This is guaranteed by Varadacharya. This is blessed to us by Varadacharya, says the Palashtuti. This is Parathvādi Panchakam. We have seen the brief meanings for this Parathvādi Panchaka Grantham, sthOthra Grantham. ஆழ்வார் திருவடிகளே சரணம், எம்பெருமானார் திருவடிகளே சரணம், நடாதூர் அம்மாள் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். எம்பெருமானார் தரிசனம் என்ன எதற்கு நம்பெருமாள் பேரிட்டு நாட்டி வைத்தார், அம்புவியோர் இந்த தரிசனத்தை எம்பெருமானார் வளர்த்த அந்த செயலரிகைக்கா.